This is interesting. Jim
The
Carrey.
one thing, like people talk about depression all the time, the difference between depression and sadness is just, from happenstance, whatever happened or didn't happen for you. And depression is your body saying, fuck you, I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me. So a friend of mine who
Hmm. Well, I agree and I disagree with him. Um, on the opposite side, right, you have the words uh, happy and joy, which are two feelings, right? But happy and joy are two separate things in that when you're happy, it's something temporary, you know? You go to Best Buy, you get the laptop you like, you get happy for a little while, or the Apple, or whatever, or you buy a new car, or you eat a delicious meal. It makes you happy. You see a friend that you haven't seen in 10 years, happy, joy. Now, joy is something that only God can give. It's the knowing that even in the worst circumstance, when you think that those are your footsteps on the beach sand, and you actually realize that Jesus was carrying you the whole time, and those footsteps were His. Big difference between happy and joy. That's my addition to what Jim Carrey is saying. I mean, depressed and deep rest. I can see that because when you get depressed, you get bouts, a bout. You suffer from bouts of depression. That means a bout is not like a long term. It sort of attacks you, you know, for a time, and then it's gone. Then it attacks you. So it's a bout. Um, that's depression. So after something like that, something so strong and abrupt, event, a trauma or whatever, after that, you have these bouts of depression, and you need rest. You need to rest, mentally, physically. Your health is a reflection of what's going on in your mind and your spirit. Even more importantly, your soul. And yeah, that's depressed, and you do need deep rest from whatever it is that's causing that depression. Deep rest meaning either physical, like it's actually resting and sleeping, and you know, uh, and then there is mentally where you maybe take a little vacation, go to countryside, I don't know, take a walk in the park, whatever you can afford. But that it meets the purpose of resting, relaxing those shoulders, those neck muscles, the even your back pain and stuff, all those things are a reflection of how you feel, and when you're depressed, it affects your body. It affects your body and it affects everything else, believe it or not. Whether it's your digestion, everything, your muscles, overall health. If you're diabetic, if you're high blood pressure, being depressed just makes it even worse. So I think that the number one solution, which many times we forget, because we're so dependent on man, and we have such an opinion of ourselves as bigger than God, a lot of times. Um, we forget that those gifts and that knowledge and those studies and everything that those doctors have are not theirs alone. First, It comes from God. God gave them that. Without God, they would not have that. You know, lost track of what else I was gonna say, but no, I think that's the gist of what I wanted to say about Jim Carrey's uh, comments on depression.